Hey! Interview Malo from France, part 1. How are you, my friend?
I am very good.
Nice.
How are you, mon ami?
Good. I don't know where, but we're gonna miss you. We're gonna see you again.
We will see each other again.
Yeah.
Okay, I will put this one here as usual. Okay, so time for the 5th interview of Worldwide interviews, and today I'm joined by my best friend in New Zealand, all the way from France, Malo.
Malo. Yeah.
Malo, mon ami. So I think we can start. So we're gonna divide this interview into like different sections, because I've come to realize that it's almost more interesting to listen a little bit more about your travel, a little bit more about you as a person, and like, you know, what brought you here, what makes you happy, blah blah, stuff like that. So without further ado, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you come from, what brought you to New Zealand?
Yeah. I'm Malo. I'm from France, but in Brittany. My name is from Brittany, and I'm 25 years old. Soon 26, on the 13th of May.
Ooh.
Yeah, and yeah, this is like 6 months. I'm in New Zealand day by day. Like I arrive the 5th of November.
And I arrived the 6th.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the reason that you decided to come to New Zealand?
I wanted like some freedom, and why New Zealand? This is because I want to learn my English. That's why. And I wanted. I saw many movies, and every time when I saw like, oh, this is beautiful, where is that? The answer was New Zealand. Then I said, okay, I need to go to New Zealand, and I like hiking and meet some other people. Then I think that was like the perfect spot for me.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay. And do you feel that like this trip, after this amount of time here, has been the way you sort of thought it would be?
Ooh.
Or is there anything that you feel has been better or worse compared to if you had any expectations?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to put some context, when I decided to come in New Zealand, I was in couple. I was like with my ex-girlfriend now, and then I started New Zealand like for 1 month and a half alone, and she was in Asia for 1 month and a half too. She came, and we tried to be happy, but that wasn't that wasn't that. Then we decided to stop, and this is like now for me like 1 month and a half too. I'm alone again. Then I can't say like I accept that. I wanted that, but I think this is like for the good. Yeah, for her and for me. Then yeah, I'm happy with that, and I think I have like 6 months again more, and I want to do many things for 6 months, and yeah, I'm excited about the next step.
Okay. And when it comes to New Zealand as a country,
Yeah.
do you feel that the landscape and the adventures that you have done here is aligned with what you wanted to experience?
Ooh, no, that's more beautiful than I expected. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In which way? Like, what is it that has been more beautiful?
I don't know. Like many people like told me like, the South Island was better, was more beautiful than the North Island. And everywhere I walk, I drive, and yeah, everywhere I went, that was like, wow, this is really beautiful. Like I like all the mountain, I like the beach. I like everything. Yeah, this is like I don't know, but every part of New Zealand unique, and I like that. Yeah.
Okay, and one common thing that all the places in New Zealand pretty much has is the people of New Zealand. What's your impression of the Kiwi people
Oh,
and their lifestyle?
yeah. This is. I think they are like free. I don't know how to say that, but this is the first time I saw like many people just. I don't know how to say that, without shoes and just walking.
Barefoot.
Yeah. And they are like, we don't care about what the people can think about us. We are like just free. We are in. Yeah, that's so cool because they are free and they don't care about everything and just be themselves, be themselves.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
And what do you think about if you would compare the lifestyle of the people in France compared to New Zealand? I know what comparison I can make when it comes to the Swedish people and the New Zealand people, and I can tell that, but I want to hear your opinion first.
Yeah, I think many people in France are stressed or anxious about their life, and they want to control everything, And the Kiwi are not like that. They are like, just too kind and want to discover, to know yourself. They are really interesting about you. Why are you there? How many times you want to stay in New Zealand? Why are you? Why? Yeah, everything. And in France, we are like, okay, we don't care about the other people. We just care about our family, friends, and just that's enough for us, Then I think this is a big difference between France and New Zealand. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, sorry, we just got a little bit caught up here. There's a helicopter coming above us again for the second time, and the car at the same time as well. It's amazing timing. They're recording the helicopter like they've never seen one before. Fun fact is that the chopper with the helicopter is coming above us is actually the owners of this land that we're sitting on. So fingers crossed they will not come back and, I don't know, beat our ass. Anyway, back to the subject.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would say that the people of New Zealand are more interested and more relaxed compared to the French people. Is there anything else that you feel is like a big difference compared to like when you compare the people living here and like how in the way how they're living their life, happiness and peace and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think they're like I told you, they are like interested about us, and they are really welcome. They are welcoming us really warm, like this is so cool because for example, I did like some LPX. This is a woofing, like I work just for 3 hours for them, and I can stay in the house, and they are like, wow, that was like another family for me, That was a huge welcoming, and I think they are happier because they don't overthinking like in France, and they don't judge every other people,
Yeah. And I speaking about that, I just want to give my experience and the things that I sort of see when we compare New Zealand to Sweden. And one thing that I've noticed, this is my view, this is how I see it. And the things that I have noticed is that a lot of the people in New Zealand, they don't seem to be as affected of the materialistic stuff compared to the people back home in Sweden.
I agree.
Like people down here, they're happy and they have less than a quarter of the amount of things that people in a normal family in Sweden usually has. If you're just generalizing, but it seems like they spend less amount of time at home. They're more out and about, they're exploring, they're actually capturing the day more, and they're enjoying the moment. Meanwhile, the people in Sweden, everybody wants to plan everything. Okay, do you want to catch up? Okay, let's see my calendar. I can see you 1 week and a half 8 o'clock. Let me book that in my Google Calendar.
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, like here in New Zealand, people are like, okay, do you want to do this? Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
But it's also easy to say that because it's also based mainly on interactions that I've had with people that are also traveling. And of course, we live a different life. We would not live, most likely we wouldn't have the same sort of lifestyle that we do here back home in our countries.
Yeah.
Like in Sweden, if someone were like, I'm spontaneous, I would say yes to pretty much everything. But majority of the people that I know or people that I have known, they're like, okay, let me see that. And like, you know, almost like, I don't know, like they see it as an alternative to do things, but if something more interesting comes up, then they sometimes decide to do that instead. If that makes sense, I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
But this is just like my experience. But let me go back. I'm just gonna double check the timer because, you know, we have a few different sessions in this interview. Okay, so you mentioned before I talked about the Swedish comparison to New Zealand. I just want to do one more input on that one. So before I forget it. So one thing that I also realized is like, you know, people down here, they don't really stress too much about stuff. Like this is also something that the previous guy that I was interviewing told me about as well. Like, you know, okay, they don't always think about the next step. You know, meanwhile in Sweden, I would probably generalize and say Europe as well. People are like, okay, well, I have this, but I gotta do this. Or I have this, but I need to do this, or I need to have this. Meanwhile here, like, okay, I'm happy. Yeah. Like, you know, it's just like different way of living and different way of seeing things, you know, and what we're grateful for. Anyway, back to the woofing similar thing. Can you tell us a little about this? Like, if you can try to keep it, I don't know, in a short little summary. Where was this? Who did you stay with? How long did you stay there? What did you do?
I did like three woofings, like 3 helpix in New Zealand, and in Australia this is helpix. And this is like a website. You just need to buy like 20 bucks, and you have your account for 2 years. That's really nice. Then you can put where you want to go, and just a description of you. Then my first one was in Tauranga. Do you know Tauranga? It's in South Island.
Tauranga, yeah.
And that was like with Chris, my favorite one in New Zealand, my favorite LPX. He was like maybe 70 years old, and he has a big property, and like every morning at 7 we wake up, we eat together our breakfast, and we work like for 3 or 4 hours. And he teach me many things. I learned many things with him, and he was like my third grandfather. You know, he was like, wow. He shared me all his knowledge, and I share my experience with friends. We talk about many things. And so afternoon he told me like you can go to the beach, or you can do what you want. But I always say no. I want to stay with you, and I want to learn more things thanks to you. And that was like a really good experience, you know.
Would you say that made you grow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really.
And seems like you're a little bit similar to me. Like, you know, you're interested in the people and their stories, and like, you know, understanding where he come from, and like, you know, how his life has turned out, and his, you know, sort of like applying his skills into your own life and what you can do in the future as well.
Yeah.
So I have another question. We talked about this one before, but, you know, can you describe 2 other things that has been like your best moments in New Zealand? And can you also describe if you've had like any really tough moments in New Zealand?
Yeah, I will start. Maybe I will. In my head, I have 3 big moments, and I will say that like that. The first one I will repeat a little bit, but this is with Chris in LPX. A particular moment that was like at the night. He said to me like, okay, we're gonna do something with Google Maps, and we're gonna just share our life. Like he was living in England, why he comes in New Zealand, where he lives in England. Then on Google Maps he showed me everything, her house, his house, the house of her wife, and where he was playing when he was kid. That was like, wow, really big moment for me, emotional moment, you know. And I did the same. My house, the farm of my grandmother when I was with my cousin, and that was like, that was really good for me to share that, and that was like just peace and just a natural moment, you know. I was like, that was like for me that was a wow. I know this guy since 10 years
Forever,
or
yeah.
just 1 week, and that was like just 1 week. Wow, that was really a huge moment for me, emotional moment, and that was amazing. That's why I think this is really important for me. My second big moment, that was I think maybe with you, you know, because we met each other in New Zealand, in Auckland, like we arrived, and that was the big moment that was in Auckland, I think, when we were with Silo and Sasha at the coffee. And I said, okay, I know I want to be with this man, to share moments, to do things like him, like sauna, like in Sweden, like gym, like you practice gyms, and I wanted to try to challenge myself, to change my routines, and I think I success thanks to you. You were like my coach, you know, and that was wow, yeah. It's not one moment in particular, even if the sauna was really nice, I think. And but yeah, all the months, that was wow. I needed that in my life, and I had that in my life. That was like nice.
Yeah, and it was also like, you know, thank you for sharing, but it was also like, you know, also quite aligned with what I would assume like the one of the toughest parts of your journey, like, you know, when you left your relationship with your ex-partner, and like, you know, we sort of aligned, like we met at the same town at a similar time, and it just felt like, you know, we were both ready for something new and something more challenging in our trip down here, because like, you know, traveling around and stuff, and now we've got into more routines, we were working together, we went to the gym in the morning, went for swims, you know, stuff like that. So I think that was like good timing to challenge you a little bit as well. Like, you know, I really like to challenge people and try to help them to grow and become a better human being. Okay, the final thing, that was the good thing and the tough thing.
Yeah. The final good thing, I think that was not one thing, but all the hike, because like I told you, I like hiking, and that's strange. Not strange, but that was so cool, because I did hike alone, I did hike with people, and every time that was like, okay, I'm really free, and I'm really, okay, like, in France, I overthinking a little bit too much, and like when I do hike, I'm never overthinking. I'm just like relax, you know. And this is, for me, this is why a huge part of why now I'm happy, you know. And I know how I'm happy.
How can you be happy?
Yeah, thanks to the hike, and just because sometimes I just go alone and I met a man or a girl, and we do the hike together, and this is so cool because we can speak about many things, deep things, like just funny things, and this is like just a moment, a unique moment, and this is beautiful, because this is beautiful landscape and with a beautiful person, and yeah, I like that. Even if I'm alone, just relax, and that's so cool.
Okay.
Really.
And I was looking at the timer. We have approximately like 2 minutes left of the first little part of this interview. So if you would recommend one specific hike to anyone that has been thinking about going to New Zealand to hike, which one would you recommend? In other words, which one is your favorite?
Yeah, I think my favorite is Müller Hut. Müller Hut is
Müller Hut, yeah.
Yeah, Müller Hut, because I did that alone, but I wanted to be alone. Like I don't wanted to to meet a person and just do the hike with this person. Now I wanted to be alone, and that was like wow, amazing. And the last part is climbing, and you have like a 360 point of view.
Yeah.
And that was wow, I'm alone, I'm free, and this is beautiful. And yeah, that was.
And whereabouts is this?
Is around the Mount Cook.
Mount Cook.
Yeah,
Mount Cook is on the South Island, for
yeah.
those of you that don't know.
Araki Mount Cook, yeah, that was
It's like
beautiful.
three hours from here, from Wanaka?
Yeah, exactly, yeah, 2 hours.
Depending on how
yeah.
fast you drive,
Yeah.
of course.
Exactly. And maybe, but this is a hard hike. If I can recommend one hike like easy, maybe the Whorldwide tract. This is close to the Malo hut, but this is like quite easy. It's just 2 hours or 3 hours to go to the lake, and you can see a lake with a glass on, an iceberg,
Glacier.
and the Mount Cook in front of you, and that was.
What's the name of this lake now again? In Hooker Valley, when you come to the, you know, when you reach like the final destination.
Pukaki?
No. Like, you know, you do the Hooker Valley track and you come to the lake.
Oh yeah.
What's the lake? Is it Glacier Lake or something like that?
Yeah, something
you know
like
what
that,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I've done that one too. It was really cool.
Malo interview part 2.
Part
two. Oh, let's go, my friend.
Okay. So we're back.
Yeah.
For the second part of the interview, and in this part, I want you to tell us a little bit about your like hard moments in New Zealand.
Yeah.
If you can try to explain, and you can also do like this. You just pull this one up a little bit so the mic is a little bit closer to the mouth.
Oh yeah.
That's better. Okay. Yeah. So can you just what happened? How did it make you feel? And how did you deal with it?
Yeah. I think in my head I have bad memories because, like I told you, I was in couple, but now I know I'm not in couple. But I don't want to talk really about that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about when I was alone, and because this is now my trip and not the trip of my ex-couple. Then yeah, I think that was like in the beginning because when I came in New Zealand, I was like, okay, to have some context, I'm the last one of a big family. I have 2 older brothers, 1 older sister, and I have many friends in France. Not many friends, but good friends. Then I wasn't really alone in my life, and that was the first time I came alone, and I needed to decide what I need to do and what can I do, and that was like, wow, this is hard for me. This is like, I'm alone, and what can I do? I was like, okay, I bought this van to be free, but now I'm free, and where I go?
You're not happy?
Yeah, I wasn't happy because I didn't know where I need to go, didn't know what can I do, and I was like, okay, this is a country, this is not a city, this is not just a little things, and I can do just this part, and that's okay.
Like Wanaka.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was like, okay, I'm in Whangarei, on the north of Auckland, and now where I go?
Yeah, Whangarei is not a cool place for you.
Yeah.
You know, Whangarei is also like one of the most drug capitalated, like, you know, parts of New Zealand. It's very like quite a high amount of criminality and a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
There, so yeah, sorry. I know, yeah.
No worries. But yeah, that was like, okay, and for me that was okay. I don't want to stay with the French people because this is an easy way to travel, because this is many French people in New Zealand, and I met French people when I was in the flight, when I arrived in Auckland, and they told me, oh, we can share our trip for the beginning. I was, I like you, but no.
Yeah.
Because I want to challenge myself to be alone and to know what can I do by myself. And yeah, that was really hard for the beginning, and I was okay. I need to grow. I need to challenge myself, and I need to find a job if I need money. I need to find where I want to go, because I knew New Zealand was beautiful, but I wanted to. I don't wanted to. How to say that? To know where I go, you know?
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
Spontaneous. Not
Yeah,
plan
I
everything.
didn't search anything about New Zealand.
Yeah.
Before I came, I just wanted to meet people and share their experience. Like, okay, what is a good where I need to go, or what is a good spot for you? What is a good which hike is good, and yeah, just like that, you know. And then I think I success a little bit in that. Now I'm happy when I'm alone, because I don't tell that, but I never know that before when I was alone. But to enjoy the moment when you are alone, you need to love yourself, you know. And I never thought about that before, because I was like, okay, I'm never alone, and if I'm alone, I can just play video games, I can just watch TV, I just can watch TV show or series.
Distractions.
Yeah, distraction. But I never like just thinking and just be alone, you know. And I think at the beginning, that's why that was hard for me, because I didn't love myself, you know. It was strange. I was like, I'm, I don't know, I'm boring, you know. And after that, I changed myself. I stayed alone, and I was like, okay, you are fun, man. you can do many things. You can express yourself. You can be fun with other people. But even when I was alone, I was laughing alone, just because I think I'm on the way to love myself, and I'm happy because that was like one of a big thing for me when I came in New Zealand, you know.
Okay.
One of my goals.
And like, what was one thing that you, like, okay, never mind. What's one thing that you wouldn't do alone in France? That you feel that you can probably do alone now after you have done this personal growth thing or starting that one?
When I was in France, like go to a restaurant or go to a bar alone, that was like, okay, I don't want that, because I was like not afraid, but maybe the other people will judge me or will
No friends.
Yeah. And judge, oh, this man is has no friend, that's why he can drink a beer alone. But now I don't care, I can do that in France and in New Zealand too. But yeah, I think that's all, because in France I went to the cinema alone, I went to party alone, yeah, that was, I was like quite confident in France, then that's okay for me, yeah.
Would you say that you have a higher confidence now?
Higher, yeah, of course, yeah.
And how is that affecting you? Like, how does that make you feel when you have a higher confidence? What is it that makes you have a higher confidence?
Yeah.
What's reflecting higher confidence for you? Is it based on how you look, like, you know, you're going to the gym now? Is that you're like, you know, focusing more on your personal growth? Is it how you dress? Like, what is it that makes you more confident?
I think this is like not one thing, but many things, like
give us 2 examples.
Yeah, like I told you before in France, I think I didn't like me. I didn't know I need to like me to be happy. And now I think I have not high confidence, but higher confidence than before, just because I love me, and I know which guy am I, you know. Then I know I can be fun, I know I can be serious, I know I can be like that, and I know how can I be happy, and I don't care now if someone think I'm like I don't know, boring or ugly or something negative, because I don't care about him, you know. I'm like I think I want to be like a Kiwi, like I don't care about what the people think about me. And in France I was like, okay, if I dress like that, people will judge me. If I do that, people will judge me. And now I don't care about that. I'm like I can wear something really weird. I'm like, I don't care. I know nothing. No one there. I'm
I'm
just
gonna
free.
challenge you to do the exact same when you get back to France.
Yeah, I can.
You're gonna dress as ugly as you can, and you're gonna go out like the ugliest things you can buy, and you're gonna go out to like a bar alone.
Yeah, yeah. I think I will challenge myself.
That's actually quite funny. So speaking about dressing ugly and stuff, I'm having another question based on what you said. But a friend of mine that I was sharing a house with here in New Zealand, she said, like she usually, at least down here, I'm not sure if she does it back home in her other country, but where she's from, but she would go to a date and dress as ugly as she could.
Okay.
And then her mindset was, if the person sticks around, then I know that the person sticks around because I am the way I am, and not because what they see.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, like not a facade of, I think we're quite quick on judging people overall. Like even though we hopefully don't try to do that all the time, but judging a book by its cover, and I think that's a really cool thing, because it's like okay, this person I have a good vibe. I really enjoy being around this person.
Yeah.
But also like, okay, this t-shirt or whatever the thing may be is not the things that I find the most attractive, but the way this person makes me feel is what is important for me.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, just a little side note.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's really good because I'm similar to you. Like, I would probably still dealing with that, trying to overcome that mindset. Like, okay, well, what is important for me is my picture of myself, how I feel around other people, and how I feel in different social situations and stuff as well, and not what anybody else thinks. Like, trying to come to this position in life or point in life where you're like, okay, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I have what I need, and if you don't like me for how I am or how I dress, then that's on you.
Yeah.
I can't control how you're gonna think about me and how I dress. I can only control how I feel about what I do, what I say, how I dress, how I speak, my actions.
Yeah, we talk many times about that because during we don't talk about that, but you remember when we met each other in Wanaka? I told you like, okay, I want to try to change myself, like I told you, like I said, and we write on a book. Like what we want to success, what we want to do during like 1 month and a half, and which goal we want to success, and many things about that. And I wrote that yesterday, and I was we success in many things. Like that was really really good. And in this particularly, we say okay, we need to don't care about other, and I think we are quite close to be like that,
Yeah, I think so. And this was like, I think specifically what I remember that, at least what I put down was like, I will not put any energy into like, trying to maintain relationships that is not benefiting me.
Yeah.
And also like care like zero fucks about girls or anything like that, not trying to make people look at me because I feel that I'm looking good at the gym, or like, going out to get confirmation from someone in the bar, like, all this stuff, just stop.
Yeah.
Like, go in your silent mode, ghost mode, like, do your job, work on the things that's important for you. And when you do that, hopefully that will attract the people that are having the same mindset and the same energy that you're, I don't know, representing or, sending out in the universe. So, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, but would you say that, like, caring about what other people have said about you has affected you in your life before?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I was like.
In which ways and when?
For quite everything. That's that's like a little bit sad.
Yeah.
But
Sucks.
Yeah, that sucks. But for example, when I was with a girl and I say, oh, maybe she's not that attractive, then maybe all the people, this is not the type of all the people of other people. Then maybe I need to stop my relation with her because the people will judge me if they will saw me with her, Yeah. And I was, wow, I'm really stupid to think about like that. But for everything, like I told you, like when I wear something weird, I was, or maybe or if during a party I will do something weird, I was like, oh, maybe they will judge me. I was really my 100% of myself when I was with my family and with my good friends, you know. And yeah, that was like, okay, I don't care about what they think, because they love me. And if they love me, I can be really who am I, you know. And yeah, and that's really stupid to think about like that, because I think I didn't enjoy that much. I didn't enjoy many moments because of that, because I was like overthinking about, okay, what the people can think about me. You know?
You were like putting your energy into the wrong things.
Yeah,
your focus,
exactly.
like, okay, this is something that could be negative, and you worried about something that wasn't even, you know, confirmed. You weren't even sure if people were thinking this way.
Yeah.
But you still let that sort of affect your entire, you know, I don't know, experience.
Yeah.
And I can relate, because I've been quite similar for a long time, and sometimes I felt like it's so nice to just be how you want.
Yeah.
In some ways, I've also felt like, okay, well, you know, people has affected me in my previous decisions as well. Like, okay, I've done this, I've done that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, was it based on the fact that I wanted to do it, and I felt that it was something that would benefit me?
Yeah.
Or was it something that I did to please someone else, that I, in my head, thought would be happy if I did make this decision?
Yeah. That's
and
true.
It's
French.
so fucked up that we actually even let that control us in the past. Like nowadays, like, you know, being in my age, 30 years old, living across the world, like, you know, not living the norm of the Swedish people. Like, okay, you gotta have or not you gotta have, but a lot of people would expect that a person in my age would have, like, I don't know, this is an assumption, the generalizing, but that people sort of assume that when you're 30 years old, you would most likely have a family, maybe you would be engaged, maybe you would be in a long-term relationship with someone, maybe you would have a job that you go to like 8 to 5 or 7 to 4, 9 to 6, whatever it may be, which is not even something that you enjoy, but you do it because it's an income and you fucking hate it. Yeah. And it's like all these small things, like, you know, it's just, that's not really like, you know, how I'm living my life, and I'm very happy for that, because I just said, like, nice enough. Whoever is watching, like, whatever sort of opinion you may have on taking this step, going to New Zealand and following my heart, doesn't matter what you think. Like, you know, this is me, this is my life. I have one lifetime. I have a certain amount of time on this world. I'm not gonna let any one of you decide what I want to do and what I'm gonna do with my life. And I think that you that's also hopefully watching would also sort of apply that mindset to yourself, because don't let other people tell you how to live your life, and do that, and then looking back at a decade of your life just went by and you're like, I did nothing that I enjoyed. I just did this because I wanted to please someone else.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Stop it straight away, like, don't do that.
That's like, for example, in France, I think if someone asks me, oh, do you want to do an interview with me? I would say no, because I will be too afraid about who can see that and judge me or not, or can like, even like, I know my English is not perfect, you know, and I don't care about what you think about my English. I don't fucking care, because
you're doing your best with what you got.
I'm doing my best, and I came in New Zealand just to learn that, to learn English and to try my best with English. And this is like just 6 months, and I know I will learn many things again, and I'm just like, I'm happy about. I can understand well what you think, what you say, and I think you can understand me. Then this is like quite enough for me, and I'm happy with that. And now I don't care about what the people think. Even if I know, like, for example, my family is. I have like quite a I'm just a
Yeah,
little bit
just give 'em a minute
distracted
to-
about that.
They're very curious. It feels like we're in Yellowstone and people are riding around in helicopters just looking at a hot French person and a hot Swedish person having an interview
Exactly.
in a camp chair
Yeah.
in
No,
front of a camera.
I wanted to say like I don't care about what the people think, but I didn't care about what my family thinks. That's strange.
You don't care about what your family thinks.
No, I care about that.
That's like the main thing.
Ye-
That's like the only thing that matters to you is what they think about it.
Yeah, because I don't know why, but yeah, I want them. I want like my family. I want them proud of me. This is a good.
To be proud of you, yeah.
Yeah, to be proud of me.
You want to satisfy them pretty much.
Yeah, I think too. Then yeah, I don't care about other people, but just my family, and yeah. That's why that's strange, but yeah,
It's
I
not
think this
strange,
is
it's
like
quite normal.
a good mindset too, because you know your family will love you whatever you did. Then if they are proud of you, then yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I understand. It's like, you know, I can understand 100% that you're like, you know, okay, well, of course we always try to make our family and or specifically our parents, and if you have siblings,
Yeah,
proud of us.
of course.
But it's got to be like, you know, got to be a level as well, like, you know, a limit to how much things we will do to make them happy and satisfied. But the final thing, because I see we've done 20 minutes now again,
Yeah.
the final question I want to ask in this middle episode is, okay, well, what if you came home into France and like, okay, I really want to do this, and everybody would say no, we don't support you. Would you still do it, or would you reconsider
No.
your decision?
Yeah, I have a good example for you. I always wanted to try to go to a theater and to be like
An actor?
Actor, yeah. But I was like, I don't know why, but some people in France are judging people doing that, you know.
Yeah.
And this
Same
is
as
like
me.
this is ridiculous because you can't be a good actor, you know. Why are you trying to do that?
Yeah.
And that's stupid. And I was like too afraid about doing that. And now this is what the first goal I will reach in France. I will go to a theater and be try to be an actor, you know, just for myself. I don't care if I will be a good actor or not, but I just want to like yeah to try and to do something like that, and I don't care about if the people help me for that or say okay you can do that, you will success in that. I don't care about that. I just want to do that for me, you know.
I think it's important, like, you know, before we cut this one off, I think it's very important to have a purpose.
Yeah.
Like, you know, okay, what's your purpose? And this is a very big question. And I've been trying to figure out the answer to this question myself, and I'm still trying to break it down into small answers. But if doing this has a purpose for you, like, okay, if this will make you feel like you're chasing your ambitions and you want to prove to yourself that you can do this for you, then it's a really good thing to do. And I have similar things that I want to do in Sweden as well. Like, you know, pursue like business ideas. I want to do like an art expedition. Like I want to print a lot of photos, and I want to have like an art night just to show my stuff. I want to create like a photo book, and I want to sell that one as well. Like, you know, so, and this may be a little bit different compared to doing theater, but like in general, it's the same thing. Like, it's important for me. I want to do this for me and not for anyone else.
Of course.
All right, well, thank you for the second episode. We will be back. Let's do some extra water before we dehydrate in the steaming sun.
Yeah.
We will see you soon. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
You forgot to do the clap.
Oh, this is a recording. Okay.
Yes.
Malo from France, part 3. Let's go!
That's a really good sync.
Yeah.
Well needed break.
Yeah, you're right.
To have some water and enjoy the magical views of New Zealand as usual. Okay, sorry for yawning. So the final part of this interview, I want to talk about, you know, like trips and traveling. And is there any specific destinations that you really want to go to? Like mention, if you have 3 things that you can mention, like 3 different continents or travel destinations or cities or I don't know, any of the wonders of the world, whatever like that, you know.
Yeah.
What would you want to do and see?
I think I want to go to Japan. Japan, because when I was young, I was like, wow, I love the Japan culture. I love many things. Then I was learning about many things about Japan, and even if I wanted to go to New Zealand, in my mind I was okay. My big dream trip is Japan, but I want to have like enough money to do what I want, and not be like. Maybe I can't do that because I don't have enough money. I want like to have enough money to just go to Japan and do what I want to do, you know.
So you would describe Japan as a travel destination that you would go to if you have a lot of money.
Yeah.
What is okay? We changed the questions a little bit. So before we get on to the next question, what is it that makes you so excited about Japan? If you can describe 2 things.
Of course. When I was young, I watched many anime manga, you know. Like, and I was like, okay, I want to be a part of I want to live in this animation. I want to live in this manga. And every manga I watch, I was okay. I want to live there. I want to live there. And I was that's strange because it's not about power. This is not about the years, and that was like just because the mood of all the manga and the architecture, the culture, you know. And I was okay. I need to go there because I want to see that. And for me, I love when this is a beautiful landscape. Japan are amazing. It's amazing. Japan is amazing. I want to. I like meeting people and meeting kind people. And I heard many things about the Japanese and about how they can welcoming us and how they can be really kind with us, even if they don't talk English. Like I had a friend. He is in Japan actually, and he told me they can't speak English with me, but they are like wow, so welcoming and just say oh if you they can't say you if you want you can sleep there, but we understand. They understand each other just with
body.
Yeah, body and attitude, you know, and
wow. Google Translate.
Of course,
like speaking like
exactly.
Okay.
And then I want to do many things like onsen, like see sakura.
What is this?
This is a tree, you know, the tree with the pink.
Yeah. I think that's blooming now because it's going towards summer as well.
Exactly. And the name is sakura, you know, and I want to saw like a fight of sumo. I want to see like many things about Japanese culture, like the not yakuza but every samurai, and I want I'm exciting about.
You can tell you're like you can't even speak.
Yeah, sorry about that. But when I'm excited, I speak like I want to say
all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Japan is cool. I want to go to Japan too. Like I know one girl in Osaka.
Ooh. Okay. Nice.
And she's a friend that I met in Australia 5 years ago.
Okay.
I've been trying to find her Instagram because I want to try to get in contact with her and see if she could be my guide if I would go to Japan.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So Japan is a destination you would go to if you had a high budget.
Yeah.
So if we do the opposite thing, where would you want to travel if you have close to no money or very low amount of money? Where would you travel? And why?
I think maybe Nepal.
Is Nepal cheap?
Nepal, the life in Nepal is cheap, yeah. Because I don't know if this is really cheap, but my lifestyle in Nepal will be cheap because I just want to do like many hikes, just many hikes, because like I told you, I know now how can I be happy? I be happy? Because I know like if I have a bad moments or bad mood, I just need to walk and see the beautiful landscape and just be like free and relaxed. And I know how to be like that. Just do a hike, you know. Then I want to go to Nepal because I want to grow, you know. I know with hike I can think about a little bit of my life, but positive things, and this is a really good things to grow and to be a better human than yesterday, you know, for me.
Yeah, you can reflect.
Exactly. Yeah. After every hike, I was like, okay, I'm happy about who am I. I'm happy about what I see, and I'm happy about about the life, you know. Then I think that could be like my therapy to go to Nepal, just enjoy a hike, maybe be with a good friend, and just see what the world can be offer me, you know, because this is like many high mountain and
Mount Everest.
Yeah, exactly.
Mount Everest base camp.
Yeah,
that would be really cool.
I think and I think I just need to buy the flight, and after the price will be the life will be quite easy.
Yeah,
I don't want to do many activities. I just want to hike and walk.
Yeah, I like I told you a couple of times, like I really enjoy being up in the mountains, and I really enjoy being out in the nature as well. The only thing for me is that I'm not an experienced camper. I've slept in a tent like a handful of times in my life. Like I had the storm kitchen and stuff like that, but the biggest struggle for me is like when I go on like big hikes, like the last one we did was like 6.5 hours.
The Royce Peak.
Yeah, the struggle for me is like, okay, how do I maintain like a good balanced blood sugar? Like, with the intake of, food and drinks, like how do I balance that without carrying half of my storage with me on top of the mountain? That's the struggle for me. That's what's making me doubt if I should do big hikes, because I'm like, I know how I will be like the Snicker commercial. Like I would go like, and I would be like hangry, and I would be like very grumpy, like a little 5-year-old kid, and I would be annoyed about everything until I get my food. And my blood sugar goes back to normal, and I have, the water intake as well. So I want to push myself to do more like that as well, and I think I will do that on my upcoming trips as well. So yeah. Okay, the final question I have for this interview before we summarize it all is, speaking about growth and stuff. We touched base on this one a little bit before, but so basically the question is, okay, when it comes to growth and personal growth, except like doing hiking and traveling, do you believe that there is any other alternatives to grow, like therapy and stuff like that? And if you believe in it, if you have experience, like how do you feel about that? Do you believe in the fact that they can help us?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I did 2 therapies, two therapy in my life. The first one was like was during a bad moment after studies. That was like between I didn't know what I want to do in my life. I was like, okay, I don't want to be an adult. I just want to stay like a kid,
like a teen,
and just enjoy, and then that was like a little bit hard. I was like lost. Then my parents say, okay, you need to go to a therapy and talk about your life, and maybe that will work. I tried, but I lied. I lied to my therapist because I didn't want him to judge me about oh, your life is so bad or your life is boring, and because I saw my life was a little bit boring at this time, and I was really lost, maybe a depression, I don't know, but yeah, that was strange for me. Then at this time I believe, but I was like, I don't care. He's old. He can't help me. I will do that by myself. You know. That was really stupid. And the second time, I went by myself, not because my parents want, but because me, I wanted. And that was, wow, that's so different because I didn't lie, I was honest. And just putting some word of my feelings helped me. That was like, wow, that's helped me really, really well to grow and to be better and to say, oh, wow, this act was bad, but this act was really good, and I need to be proud of me because I did that, you know.
Yeah.
And I was always judging myself about, this is boring, this is bad, this is always negative thing, you know. Then I was like, okay, I'm not that bad. I think I'm really a good man, and I'm really a positive man, and everything about that, you know. Then yeah, I think therapy is really good, even if you don't have any problem, you know. Because many people think like, okay, I'm in depression or I have bad idea, and then I need to go to therapy. But even if you are happy and in a good moment in your life, I think this is good to talk with someone. This is not part of your family or this is not a friend of you, because this is just putting like some word on your feeling. Sometimes you say, oh, okay, I'm happy. But when you put some word in your feeling, this is, okay, maybe I'm not that happy as that am I, you know?
That you're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's also like, first of all, I appreciate that you share your experiences within therapy, and I support therapy 100%. I'm a strong believer that therapy is good for everyone, even though the people that are ashamed about admitting that they may need to go to therapy. But one thing that I just want to sort of add as a side note on this subject is like, okay, I've told you before and I will tell it again, like, you know, I can count less than a handful, like 3 or 4 people that I know that has invested money into, like, actually investing more than just a couple of thousands for therapy, like actually like thousands of euros into like becoming a better person, like, you know, personal growth, mental growth, body growth, like, you know, all this stuff. And it's interesting because in today's society, it seems like everybody is making more money compared to how it used to be back in the days. But even though that's the case, or seems to be the case, people still rather invest the money into materialistic stuff to show an image. Okay, this is my life. I've made it. I've bought this car. I have this apartment. I have this wonderful hot partner, whatever, you know. But I'm actually not sure about if these people are actually happy with what they have, or they're just trying to compare and compete with everyone else. But I'm a strong believer that we should all rethink our mindset, like rethink our alternatives and our decisions within this subject, because, like, you know, if I have 10,000-15,000 euros, should I spend 10,000 euros on a watch and 5,000 euros on myself? When the key factor to happiness is ourselves and our, you know, inner work, like, you know, making sure we have a good healthy body with routines,
of course,
good food, training, and mental health, like, you know, okay, meditation, journaling, going to therapy, speaking about how we feel, overcoming obstacles.
But some people are happy just because they have a good watch, you know. This is like this is
accomplishment.
Like, this is I think this is just an individual goal, and in my mind we just need to don't care about if they are happy like that or like that. I don't care. They are just happy, and I'm okay with that, and I'm happy for them, because I just want if all the people are happy, the world will be a better place, you know. Then I think you're right, because I think this is really important to try to be a better person and to be happy. And how can you be happy? Maybe invest your money with a coach or with a therapy or everything like that. But some people are, and this is like really cool, because they are happy just because they enjoy the present moment with with what they have, you know. And this is really, really beautiful to see that, you know.
Like this moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's okay. The final thing that I want you to do, this is a new thing for the interviews. I just want to ensure we have some time for it. But the final thing that I would like you to do is I would like you to share some things for the people back home in French.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna try to apply this to the coming interviews as well. Like, you know, okay, say something in your native language. If there's anyone you want to say something to, I will also share my thoughts as well.
Okay. If I say that, you need to say to say something in your own language.
I will say in my language.
Perfect.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. I take a breath because, like I told you, in France we are not like we don't show our feeling and we don't express so much what we think about people. But I will try.
Before we do this, sorry, keep going. Before we go, I will just want to give you a hug before you share your.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Do you want to say something more?
Yeah. Ok, du coup c'est pour les personnes qui parlent français, en particulier les personnes qui me sont chères. Là il comprend pas forcément tout ce que je vais dire, du coup c'est marrant, je peux dire un petit peu tout et n'importe quoi. Mais je vais rester sérieux et je vais juste m'adresser en premier à mes parents et à ma famille, à mes frères et sœurs. Et je trouve que le voyage, tu te rends compte à quel point tu as de la chance ou non d'avoir des personnes proches de toi. Et moi, à titre personnel, je suis très très fier de ma famille parce qu'ils ont tous été là quand j'étais bien ou pas bien. Ils sont toujours là tous les jours et ils me supportent, ils m'envoient des messages pour savoir si je vais bien. Et du coup, je m'adresse à vous particulièrement, je vous aime. C'est pas un truc qu'on se dit beaucoup dans notre famille. Et je trouve qu'on devrait plus banaliser ça en disant que je vous aime, je t'aime maman, je t'aime papa, je t'aime Mathieu, je t'aime Marc et je t'aime Marie. Je trouve que c'est des choses qu'on se dit pas assez, franchement. Exactly.
Je t'aime.
Mais et sinon, je vais m'adresser à mes amis. Où encore une fois, je trouve que le voyage, on remarque qui sont importants pour nous et qui pensent à nous. Et franchement, je suis trop content parce que les gens qui sont dans mon cœur m'envoient régulièrement des messages et me soutiennent. Je vais pas les citer, mais franchement, je suis trop content. Je suis trop heureux et c'est beau de voir le soutien même quand on est à l'autre bout du monde. Et je suis très content. Et je vais dire un truc sur William. Bon, il a entendu son prénom, du coup il sait que je parle de lui. Mais franchement, il m'a énormément aidé sur un moment où ça a été un petit peu plus compliqué pour moi. Et j'ai été vraiment très très chanceux de l'avoir. Et franchement, là il part en Australie, mais je sais qu'on va se revoir en Suède ou en France ou en Europe.
Oui. Traveling, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Et je suis trop content et je suis fier de cette amitié. I think we can do a hug about what I said.
Okay, let's do a hug.
And I will.
Being a part of this adventure.
Yeah, thank you too.
And sharing your story and your wise inputs on this interview. So I will try to take a breath as well. It's always emotional to do this stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so over to Swedish. So jag vill egentligen bara säga tack till min familj, mina vänner och alla människor som stöttar mig i beslutet att åka på den här resan och ta steget utifrån comfort zonen och göra någonting som jag tror på, som jag vill, som jag vet att jag behövde och behöver för att må bra i mig själv och få liksom komma till insikt med vad är det jag vill ha i mitt liv, vad är det jag uppskattar, vad är det jag behöver. Och alltså så här, när man summerar ihop den här tiden som jag har varit utomlands nu är det klart, nu är det snart ett halvår. Imorgon är det ett halvår faktiskt. Imorgon är det ett halvår i Nya Zeeland. Men om man summerar ihop det här äventyret så har det fått mig att inse väldigt mycket vad det är jag värdesätter. Och jag har fått liksom väldigt tydliga uppenbarelser på vad det är som jag vill ha framåt i livet. Och saker som jag har haft som en hög prioritering på min lista innan är någonting som jag liksom har lagt åt sidan och fokuserar mer på de mindre sakerna som som jag liksom har insett nu när man har varit här och träffat alla fantastiska människor och sett allting. Att okej, men vad är det som egentligen spelar någon roll? Och att få uppleva liksom det här äventyret med min bästa vän Malo här också. Liksom, det har varit någonting som har varit väldigt vackert. Liksom. Det är häftigt att se liksom, hur olika nationaliteter kan träffas liksom bara av slump. Och sen liksom, att det liksom spelar ut sig i en så pass fin och långvarig förhoppningsvis relation med människor som har en så pass stor inverkan och påverkan på en i sina liv. Och det är klart, jag tror liksom att det är många människor som liksom får uppleva det här om man bara tar liksom steget ut i världen och testar sig fram och ser liksom, så det värsta som kan hända är att man får åka hem. Och jag tycker verkligen att man ska ta vara på sådana här stunder och sådana här människor som den här människan. Så ett stort tack. Älskar er allihopa.
Tack, min kompis.
Merci mon ami. No, we gotta do this one. No.
No.
No, that's right. Ah, c'est okay. Très bien.
Très bien.
Hej då.
Bye bye.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Fingers crossed it's still recording. If it's not recording now, I will be mad.
Yeah, same.
I will not be mad, but I will be